Hello my loves, welcome to Blow Up, where Reddit's wildest stories burst into chaos. Today we've got 7 AITAH dilemmas. Think laundry wars, family betrayals, and a fake kidnapping gone wrong. Ready for the mess? Smash that like button, subscribe, and let's dive into the Reddit fire. So, I, 26F, live with my boyfriend, 28M. We've been together for 3 years, living together for 1. We both work full-time, but I also cook, clean, do laundry, grocery shop, handle bills, take care of our cat. He'll sometimes take out the trash or wash a dish, but that's about it. I've brought it up before and he says he'll try to do more, but never really follows through. Last weekend we visited his parents for dinner. Out of nowhere, his mom says to me, "So, what do you actually do around the house?" My boyfriend says you're not really the domestic type. I literally just blinked at her. I laughed awkwardly and said, "Well, if by not domestic you mean I do everything, then sure." She didn't even laugh. He looked embarrassed but didn't say a single word to defend me. On the way home I asked him what that was about and he said, "I just meant you don't really enjoy housework." Dude. Who does? I was mad. He apologized lightly and said it was just a joke. So I decided to take a little break from his laundry. I stopped doing his clothes completely. Didn't say a word, just folded mine and left his in the basket. A week passed. Then 2. I could see his pile growing. Finally he asked, "Are you mad again or something? You haven't done my laundry." I just said, "I thought you said I don't do anything around the house, so I figured I'd live up to the label." Now he's saying I'm being petty and immature, and even his mom texted me saying I should let it go already. I told him I would happily skip right into the washing machine along with the rest of his responsibilities. Boyfriend called her lazy, so she yeeted his laundry. Savage. I bet he's sniffing socks while mom's texting shade. Someone get him a detergent tutorial and OP a petty laundry queen crown. Spin cycle for the win. That's a clean clapback. AITAH verdict. Is OP the asshole for ditching boyfriend's laundry, or is he the jerk for trash talking? Would you pull the same stunt, or confront him straight up? How do you handle a lazy partner? Drop your take below. And if you've served petty revenge at home, spill it. I'm craving more blow-up-worthy chaos. Laundry piles growing, boyfriends in deep. Blow-up crew, you're rocking it. Our next story from Reddit is a teen's brutal roast that backfired hard. If you're loving these dilemmas, smash that like button and let's keep the AITAH train rolling. Yeah, that's what she said. Buckle up. I, 32F, have been with my fiancé, 38M, for almost 4 years. He has a daughter, 15F, from his first marriage. Her mom is very much in the picture, but she's more of a wine and vibes parent than someone who actually parents. I've been the one handling school stuff, doctor's appointments, making actual meals instead of Postmates every night, helping her through panic attacks, you name it. Now I never tried to replace her mom, but I've been a consistent, caring adult in her life. I even helped plan her last birthday party when her mom completely forgot the date. Like I've seriously bent over backwards for this kid. Fast forward to last weekend. We're at this fancy dinner with my fiancé's family, first time his extended family has met me, so I'm trying to make a good impression. Midway through, his daughter turns to me, smiles sweet as pie and goes, "So how does it feel being a gold digger with a uterus?" "That's what mom says you are." Whole table stops. Someone chokes on their wine. I just sat there stunned for a second and said, "Oh honey, I'm not your mom. I just happen to be the woman keeping your life together while she's out getting her chakras aligned." Fiancé was mortified. His daughter burst into tears and stormed out. He later said I stooped to her level, and that I need to apologize because she's just a kid repeating what she hears. I told him I've spent years being disrespected and taking the high road, and maybe the real problem is that a 15-year-old is walking around thinking she can say things like that and not get clapped back at. Now his family is split, some think I was too harsh, others say I just finally said what no one else would. So, Aita for finally telling this girl I'm not her mom when she decided to come for me in front of the whole damn family? Teen dropped a nuke, got a savage comeback, table flipped. I bet she's still sulking while OP's dodging chakra shade. Someone get her a filter and OP a step sleigh badge. Dinner drama for the ages. That's a spicy showdown. AITAH verdict. Is OP the asshole for clapping back, or is the teen and dad to blame? Would you roast her too or take the high road? How do you handle stepkid shade? Tell me below. And if you've had a family dinner implode, share it. I'm ready for more blow-up-worthy roasts. Teen got schooled, dinner's ruined. Blow up squad, you're killing it. Our next story from Reddit is a sisterly feud over a dog and a baby. If you're hooked, hit that like button and let's dive into more AITAH madness. So my sister, 32F, had a baby last year after years of struggling with infertility. We were all happy for her. She called him her miracle baby, and honestly I didn't mind the attention he got until things got weird. I, 28F, have a golden retriever named Benny. He's 5. Sweetest boy alive. Everyone in the family loves him. Even my sister used to until the baby came along. One time I brought Benny over when I visited. He stayed on his mat, didn't bark or even move. The baby started crying, and my sister went, "I think he's making the baby nervous," and asked me to put him outside in the middle of winter. I said no and left early. That was strike one. Next time I saw her she told me straight up she didn't want Benny around her son because he's a dog. I said okay whatever and stopped bringing him. But I could tell something shifted. Then one day, I was out of town for a weekend and she begged me to let her stay at my place because hers was getting fumigated. I agreed thinking it was chill. I come home Sunday night. Benny is hiding under the bed trembling, looking all scared. I find out she locked him in the laundry room for 2 days straight because he was staring too much and that made the baby fussy. No food or water bowl, just locked him. I lost it. Told her she was never setting foot in my house again and that she was lucky I didn't call animal services. Fast forward a month, she's going back to work and suddenly I'm her first choice for free childcare. Wants me to watch her baby 2 days a week. I said no. She flipped and called me bitter and selfish. And said I clearly don't understand what it means to love family unconditionally. My mom got involved and said I'm being cruel when I could be helping. But this isn't just about a dog. It's about how she treated something I love without remorse and now expects me to drop everything and help her like nothing happened. IA for saying no to babysitting my nephew because of what she did to my dog? Sister caged Benny, got babysitting blocked. Woof. I bet she's still whining while OP's cuddling her pup. Someone get her a doghouse and Benny a good boy medal? Petty paws for the win. That's a doggone dilemma. AITAH verdict. Is OP the asshole for refusing to babysit, or is sister the jerk for dog neglect? Would you say no to or help the kid? How do you protect your fur baby? Drop your thoughts below. And if you've stood up for a pet, spill it. I'm hungry for more blow-up worthy barks. Benny's safe, sister's out, pet justice. Blow up crew, your champs. Our next story from Reddit is a graduation guest snub that sparked family drama. If you're loving these AITAHs, hit subscribe and let's keep the Reddit fireworks popping. I, 23F, just finished my master's degree in social work a few weeks ago. It was a really big deal for me, first in my family to get a graduate degree, and I worked full-time during school just to make it happen. So, my close friends and I planned a small dinner the weekend after graduation to celebrate. I invited my dad, my 2 younger brothers, my best friend, and a couple of classmates I'm close with. I also invited my mom, but not her husband, Doug. For context, my mom remarried about 6 months ago. She and Doug started dating pretty fast after her divorce from my dad, like within 2 months, which was already kind of jarring. But I've been trying to be polite and open. That said, Doug and I don't exactly click. He's very opinionated, loud in conversations, and kind of dismissive of anything he doesn't agree with. At Thanksgiving he made a comment about my degree being woke nonsense, and said something like, "Hopefully you'll find a real job someday." My mom laughed awkwardly, didn't say anything, and I just kind of swallowed it for the sake of the holiday. But that really stuck with me. So, when I was putting together this dinner, I made a choice to invite my mom but not extend the invite to Doug. I didn't say he's not allowed, or anything, I just worded the message so it was clear it was for her, not her and a +1. I figured if she really needed to bring him, we'd cross that bridge. Well, she declined the invite and told me later she felt excluded, and like I was punishing her for being happy. I explained my reasons, how this was a small, personal dinner and I didn't feel comfortable having Doug there. I even offered to do a separate lunch or something with her and Doug another time. She wasn't interested. Now she's not talking to me, and my aunt, her sister, says I should've just sucked it up, because he's part of her life now and I'm being disrespectful. I'm honestly torn. I didn't want to make this dinner about anything other than celebrating my graduation. But maybe I did make it weird. Was I being petty or was I just setting a boundary? Doug got uninvited, mom's salty, grad drama. I bet he's still ranting while OP's toasting her degree. Someone get Doug a woke nonsense shirt and OP a boundary boss cap. Dinner saved, shade thrown. That's a grad party plot twist. AITAH verdict. Is OP the asshole for snubbing Doug, or is mom overreacting? Would you skip the stepdad too or invite him? How do you handle annoying in-laws? Tell me below. And if you've set family boundaries, share it. I'm dying for more blow-up worthy wins. Doug's out, grad vibes are in, score. Blow up squad, you're the best. Our next story from Reddit is a proposal prank that turned into pepper spray pandemonium. If you're hooked, hit that like button and let's dive into more AITA insanity. So this actually happened last weekend and I'm still shaking. My best friend Emily, 29F, has been dating her boyfriend Chris, 31M, for about 4 years. I, 28F, love her to death and I've always supported their relationship even though Chris is eccentric. He loves surprises and stuff. Think flash mobs and scavenger hunts that no one asked for. Anyway, I was visiting Emily. We were walking around catching up when this unmarked white van comes up next to us. 2 masked men jump out and grab her. She begins screaming. I freak out. So I did what any sane frightened human being would do. I grabbed my pepper spray, legal where I am, and yelled bloody murder and went wild. Sprayed one dude in the face, kicked another in the shin and literally pulled Emily back by the coat while yelling for 911. Turned out it was Chris and 2 of his buddies. They were attempting this strange prank kidnapping into surprise proposal situation cause Emily wanted a proposal like in the movies. Chris was yelling, crying over the pepper spray. Emily was scared while the cops arrived. It was chaotic. Now Chris is angry. He tells me I ruined the most significant moment of their lives and embarrassed him in front of everyone. Emily tells me she understands why I freaked out but wishes I'd read the room. But like, how was I going to know? It seemed real. She was crying they had masks and IT was a literal van. Everyone's acting like I overreacted but I genuinely thought she was being trafficked. AITAH for spoiling the proposal? Chris planned a fake kidnapping, got real tears, oops. I bet he's still blinking while OP's like, van? Nope. Someone get him a rom-com script and OP a hero BFF, medal, proposal sprayed away. That's a spicy proposal fail. AITAH verdict. Is OP the asshole for spraying Chris? Or is he the jerk for the prank? Would you go full vigilante too or hesitate? How do you handle weird surprises? Drop your thoughts below. And if you've crashed a romantic moment, spill it. I'm hungry for more blow-up-worthy chaos. Pepper spray for love. Wildest proposal ever. Blow up crew, your legends. Our next story from Reddit is a dad who let his son face the music after a cruel stunt. If you're loving these AIs, hit subscribe and let's dive into more family fallout. My 16-year-old son has always been a decent kid, honor roll student, volunteered at school events, close with his grandparents and never gave us real trouble. My wife and I, and his grandparents, have definitely spoiled him over the years, but he was always respectful and kind until this school year. This year, everything changed. He fell in with a group of kids from the football and wrestling teams who have a reputation for being loud, disrespectful, and just generally bad news. Since then, his grades have dropped, his attitude has gone downhill, and he stopped spending time with family. A few months ago, he and those same friends trashed a movie theater just for laughs. I grounded him hard. No phone, no games, no extracurriculars. I also told him he wasn't allowed to hang out with those boys anymore. I even spoke with a few of their parents and we all agreed to keep the boys apart. It was handled calmly with mutual understanding. Today took things to a whole new level. He had a doctor's appointment in the middle of the school day, so I let him stay home. Afterward, I dropped him off and went to work. At some point in the afternoon, he snuck out and met up with those same friends. They ended up loitering in front of a TJ Maxx, bothering customers going in and out. An elderly employee, Miss Pearly, who's in her 70s and has worked there forever, came outside holding some hangers and politely asked the boys to leave if they weren't shopping. One of the kids, already filming, started mocking her on camera. My son joined in, booing and saying, "Relax, nobody's getting hurt, and you're ruining the fun." When she pulled out her walkie-talkie to call security, one of the boys slapped it from her hand. Then my son tried to yank the clothes from her grip. She didn't let go, and in the struggle she lost her balance and fell backward to the ground. They all laughed. One of them said, "You faking now, huh? Trying to play victim." A bystander came up and asked, "Did you just push that old lady?" The boys immediately denied it, claiming she was acting. Without another word, the man punched my son and 2 of his friends. The others ran off. The phone filming hit the ground, but you can still hear the fight sounds like the man landed a few more hits before backing off. My son called me and I rushed to the scene. The man was still there, calm, arms crossed. I asked if he'd hit my son and he said, "I sure as hell did. Are you the father of the boy who thinks bullying an old woman is funny? What kind of man are you raising?" I was furious, but not at him. After speaking with witnesses and watching the video, I was disgusted by what I saw. And then the police arrived. Since I was the only parent who showed up, my son was arrested on the spot. The other boys were picked up from their homes later that day. They're all currently in jail. When I got home, my wife lost it. She accused me of letting our son get beat and arrested like he was some criminal. Her sister called me a pathetic excuse for a father, and even my own mother told me I should have defended him, no matter what. But after what I saw in that video, I couldn't bring myself to shield him from the consequences. He knew better. He's had warning after warning. It's like they care more about my son getting his karma for a bad thing he did rather than him taunting and bruising an elderly woman. I sat there with them yelling at me, but their voices felt like static. It was like I wasn't even in the room anymore, just stuck in my own head trying to make sense of everything. I got up without saying a word and walked out the back door. Locked myself in the shed and just sat there. I needed a moment alone to breathe, to process, to try and register what the hell just happened and what it all means. Because right now, I don't know how to feel as a father. A big part of me feels like I've failed. Not just in the "my kid messed up" way, but in a deep, gut-level way that makes me question whether I've completely lost my son. Like there's no coming back from this. I'd have read it? For not defending him? For being a bad father? I just don't know where I went wrong as a man and father. Son bullied, got punched, dad's in the shed. I bet family's still yelling while OP's rethinking life. Someone get son a conscience and dad a tough love mug. Consequences hit harder than that bystander. That's a parenting plot twist. AITA verdict. Is dad the asshole for not defending his son, or is the kid's crew to blame? Would you let him face jail too or fight for him? How do you handle a teen gone wild? Drop your take below. And if you've faced family consequences, share it. I'm starving for more blow-up-worthy lessons. Sons in cuffs, dads in crisis, heavy. Blow-up crew, your legends. Our final story from Reddit is a sister betrayal that's ice-cold and STD hot. If you're loving these AIs, hit that like button and let's wrap this up with a brutal showdown. I, 27F, have 3 children with my now ex-con, 29M. 10 months ago my sister, 26F, confessed that she and Con had slept together the week before and she said she regretted it and needed us to be okay. She told me it was a mistake and she got caught up in a moment because she had a crush on Con and she needed me not to hate her for it. That she loved me and wanted us to make things work. Con didn't even try to deny it. He told me he'd been sleeping around for years and that he slept with my sister more than once. My sister denied it strongly. I broke up with him immediately and told her to get lost. I said I never wanted to see her again and that she disgusted and repulsed me and I didn't care how bad she felt. I wanted her to feel bad, I wanted her to hurt and she would never hurt as much as I was right then, so forget about me. I got checked after I broke up with Con to make sure he didn't give me anything with all the cheating. I was negative for all STDs and I'm incredibly thankful for that. With the amount of cheating he talked about, I'm still surprised I didn't catch anything. She ended up dating Con because I rejected her. Or that was the story she told others. She said she felt guilty and needed some good to come from this because clearly I would never give her the time of day again. And that's true. I swore to myself that I would not forgive her. Even through therapy I have become more secure in the belief that what she did broke our relationship beyond repair, and regardless of whether it was one time, which I don't believe, or a full affair, it was wrong and will never come back from it. I really don't care what happens to her, and if she died tomorrow I would not grieve or make an appearance at her funeral. Recently my sister found out Con had cheated on her, and he didn't only cheat but he passed along some STDs/STIs. I don't know specifics. I believe she's also waiting to make sure he didn't give her HIV. Although I can't say I paid enough attention to know if that was a big concern or just them being cautious. But she thought that experience would make me more forgiving of her. She was wrong. She showed up at my place and I shut the door in her face without saying a word. She showed up at our brother's house while I was heading inside and he shooed her, but she told me how sorry she was again and how scared she was and how much she needed me. I ignored her and kept going, and our brother told her she wasn't welcome. She tried again and this time I did respond. I told her I do not care and if anything she deserves everything she got after what she did and how stupid she was in the end. She told me she needed me and that she was scared. I told her just like when I found out my partner of 8 years and father of my children was cheating and I could have used my sister, only she betrayed me as well by cheating with him. She said it was one time and she would have been there for me, and I told her I didn't want her disgusting self to touch me. Because I said that's how I saw her now, a disgusting backstabber. I told her I don't care if he's given her every STD under the sun, because I want nothing more to do with her and she can die in a hole for all I care. I haven't seen her since. Apparently she's very distraught and she's also the topic of gossip in our social circles. She lost most of our shared friends and a few have shared a similar sentiment to me on her. But a couple have asked me if I don't even feel a little bad for being so cruel to her and turning her away a second time even after all her apologies. They said they felt like I should have found a way to work through this because we were close for such a long time and sisters are for life or whatever stupid crap they said. I don't feel guilty. I don't even feel bad for her or have any kind of empathy. Aita though? Sister slept with Khan, got burned, door slammed. I bet she's still pleading while OP's ice cold. Someone get her a loyalty lesson and OP a no mercy throne. Betrayals got no comeback. That's a sibling shutdown. AITAH verdict. Is OP the asshole for cutting sister off, or is the betrayal unforgivable? Would you slam the door too or hear her out? How do you handle family backstabs? Drop your take below. And if you've iced out a traitor, share it. I'm starving for more blow-up-worthy burns. Wow, blow-up fam, those AITAs were straight-up chaos. Which dilemma had you shook? Tell me below. I'm reading every comment. Smash that like button and subscribe for more Reddit fire. Thanks for vibing with me. Next time we've got crazier tales. You won't want to miss it. Catch you then.